Is the Tundra as good or better than the F-150? We'll find out in today's video. I'll include a link to the Larry Miller Toyota Murray's website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into it. Under the hood is a twin-turbo 3.4 liter V6 that's paired to a hybrid and a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 19 around town, 22 on the highway, with power outputs being 437 horsepower and then 583 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help me out with that. Boxy hood with the iForce Max badge on either side. Got the fancier headlight design with the Platinum package, upgraded brighter lights in general. And then you've got really nice trim here on the grille with the Toyota logo front and center, fog lights. We also have parking sensors. And altogether, you either kind of like this front end or you think the grille's too big. Tire wheel setup is 265 by 60 by 20 metallic gray for the wheel coloration, and then you notice that the fender flares are painted to match. Platinum badge there on the side. You got blacked out mirror caps, blacked out door handles as well. And then the new Tundra is coil sprung in the rear. Now when it comes to the stance, front to rear it's pretty level. There is a bit of rake where the rear end sits a bit higher. When it comes to key fob features, we have our lock and unlock. You got the tailgate drop down with the Toyota logo there on the front. LED lights here on the bed. This has a composite bed, no bed liner, which is something you add to the composite bed, not for protection, but more for grip. This needs it. Anyways, with the tailgate itself, just kind of kick it a little bit and then it'll raise up by itself. And this one has a tonneau cover. There's also a button on the side to lower down the tailgate. The exhaust tip's actually blacked out, which is cool. This has the little bumper step there on the back, some parking sensors. And then probably a good time to mention this, Toyota's making the larger fuel tank standard across the Tundra lineup, from what I understand. So that's a nice change. This week's giveaway features a limited edition 850 horsepower Mustang Dark Horse, as well as a custom 455 horsepower Bronco Raptor, and $45,000 to cover the taxes on the vehicles if you win. Use code BHC or click the link in the video description or the pinned comment. This will give you 4x entries on any donation, $25 or more. Not only that, these donations go to help both children's and veterans charities. So click the link below. Best of luck and hope to see you in a Bronco Raptor and Mustang Dark Horse soon. Let's check out the interior. So we've got these sunshades here for the rear passengers. Nice soft touch trim up top with the blue stitching, plenty of storage. The seats are perforated all down the center. Again, more of that blue stitching. You do lose the under seat storage with the hybrid. Good legroom here in the rear. We also have a little storage pocket. We've got some cup holders, heated ventilated seats, USB ports, some vents, got a full outlet. And then headroom's not great. I mean, I'm not touching the top, but it's a little bit cramped. Keyless entry for up front. Let's check it out. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, and then the mirrors do power fold in. You've got the controls for it right there. Memory seats in that area too. All of your window controls, and then more of that blue stitching. 1290 is the payload capacity with this truck. And then with the front seats, they're perforated down the center, and then you do have power adjustments with lumbar support. To the left of the steering wheel, we've got controls like your heated steering wheel button to turn on the outlets, the power side steps to turn them on or off, and yes, this does have power side steps. Let's fire up that V6. More nice trim all around the steering wheel. You've got practical controls for the cruise control, volume and voice command controls. They're on the left-hand side, regular stocks on the back. Full digital cluster. You can change the information that's displayed there with the menu, and then also you can change the drive mode here, give you a little animation. But yeah, having a digital cluster means it's a bit more customizable. This comes with a 360 camera, really good resolution with the camera system. You've got different viewpoints too, so that helps out. And then the screen itself is massive, shortcut bar there on the side, and it's basically just the smaller, well, it's the same as the smaller screen, it's just everything's bigger with the view. Dual zone climate controls, heated ventilated seats, got a volume control there to the left side, USB ports too. Trailer backup assistant, we've got our 360 camera, stability control, and then in front of the shifter, got your auto hold and parking brake. And then yeah, we got an actual shifter. This has a phone charging pad. We've got some cup holders here, drive mode select, which is tow haul mode, and then part-time four-wheel drive system with the 2-speed transfer case. Now these center consoles, pretty big, got some USB ports inside. It has the little top cubby, more of that nice trim on the armrests. Heads-up display and more soft touch all across the, well, not the whole dash, but part of the dash at least. This has a camera rear view mirror. If you press this, the whole rear window actually slides down, which is a nice feature. And then big sunroof. $76,974. Let's see how this performs. Let's set off in the Tundra Platinum. Now the seats themselves, pretty darn comfortable. Toyota actually does a pretty darn good job when it comes to seats. Now, are they as comfortable as the Ford? F-150 Platinum? No. F-150 Platinum still has this beaten seat comfort, but when it comes to longevity of the seats themselves, yeah, Toyota typically, you know, just longevity in general, Toyota is known to kind of be a little bit better than Ford at least. But with, you know, the engine issues the Tundras have had, who knows if that's still the truth. Now, this has the hybrid, obviously, and the hybrid seems to be less problematic than the non-hybrid. I mean, I'm sure that people have had issues with their hybrids, but I haven't met anyone that's had issues with the new hybrid. Everyone that I've talked to that's had an engine blow up in either a Tundra or an LX, it's always been the non-hybrid. So, seems like there's something going on with the powertrains from that perspective. Now, one thing that's great about this engine is just the smooth power delivery. It's got tons of low-end torque. And this is pretty well insulated. I wonder if they're doing... No, they're not doing double paned. It's gonna say the interior seems pretty quiet. Now, obviously, you can see the delivery. It's great. It's got tons of torque. Yeah, this is quite impressive. And you just kind of just lightly get in the throttle, and you have, I don't know exactly how many pound-feet of torque this has at like 1500 RPMs, but it feels substantial. And boom, the engine's off. And it's seamless from the engine being off to turning on. That's the other nice thing about Toyota's hybrid systems. Very seamless. Ford's power boost, it's okay, but it's not quite there. This actually has more power than the power boost too. But yeah, Ford's had, it's funny, Toyota's had issues with their non-hybrid and Ford's had issues with their hybrid. So I guess if you're getting a non-hybrid, you get a Ford, and then if you're getting a hybrid, you get the Toyota. Just gotta pick and choose there. This is excellent. It's like I said, it's smooth with the delivery. Yeah, this is a good luxury truck. So is this better than Ford? Well, I think in some ways I prefer the infotainment system. I don't like the look on the dash, of course, but just the overall usability. Prefer the infotainment system. I prefer the powertrain in terms of the power delivery. I like this feels like it has more low-end torque than the Ford. Even though the torque figures, again, hybrid to hybrid, are pretty similar. The camera system's better in this. I prefer the seats in the Ford. The Ford does look a little bit nicer, let's be real with that. I actually like this interior more than Ford's in a way. Like, Ford's feels more luxurious, but this feels like it's going to last. And I've seen that with these Toyotas, even with the new generation. 30,000 miles on the truck, and the interior still looks brand new, whereas a Ford, yeah, not necessarily. Their interiors don't hold up as well. So, time will tell on the reliability of the new Tundras, but if they are reliable long-term, then yeah, the long-term pick is the Tundra, the short-term pick is the Ford if you just want something fancy. And then obviously, when it comes to depreciation, these new Tundras aren't holding as well as the old ones. So it's not like, I mean, you're gonna have better resale value than a Ford because the MSRP is just lower. And that's a big benefit with the Tundra, is this does have a lower cost of entry, so I think that helps out quite a bit. But let me know your thoughts on the Tundra versus the F-150, and I'll try to get you guys a comparison down the road. I've got ways to make that work.